Hello and welcome to the RacingBet preview, joined by Billy Bestford. I'm your host, Tim Geers. We're previewing Group 1 Australasian Oaks Day at Morphettville this Saturday. Group 1 racing continues. We're heading into the SA Racing Carnival before things heat up in Brisbane as well. Billy, haven't spoken to you in a couple of weeks. How's things over there in Sydney?
Yeah, going good. Obviously, there's a bit of rain around as per usual at the moment here. So looks like another wet track for Hawkesbury this Saturday. But like you said, all focus will be on Morphettville this weekend with the Group 1 Australasian Oaks. So hopefully we can find a winner or two.
Yeah, and there looks to be plenty of rain around Adelaide as well. I think I looked at the forecast today for Friday and there was 8 to 20 mils of rain predicted in Adelaide. So could be racing on a wet track at Morphettville as well as Hawkesbury. And is there a touch around in Melbourne as well for Sandown on Saturday?
Yeah, it looks like there'll be a little bit tomorrow and race day morning. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. But I've got a best bet there, which we'll touch on a bit later.
Yep, so we'll take you through our best bet for Morphettville and Sandown this week. We'll let Hawkesbury go just for this week's episode. And then we'll dive into the Group 1 Australasian Oaks, which is race 7 on the card on Saturday at Morphettville for the fillies over 2,000 metres. Let's kick off. Might kick off with you at Sandown, Billy. And your best bet comes up in race number 8 on the card. This is Regards Marie, currently a $4 chance with moneyball.com.au. We thank Moneyball once again for sponsoring this week's episode. Make sure you jump on and download the app from the Google Home or Google Play or the Apple Store. And check it out. But yeah, your best bet, race 8, number 5, Regards Marie, breakthrough for a long overdue win last start.
Yeah, look, he did. Obviously, he hadn't won a while before that, but he had been going pretty well. He'd obviously run second fresh in the boat this prep over 1,200, which is well short of his best, and that's obviously pretty strong form. He then finished down the track at Bendigo, where I don't think the race sort of suited him there. And then he actually dropped back to 1,200 I think it was last week actually at Caulfield in the that Vobis Gold Sprint, and he's run past some top quality horses there. You got Lombardo, the Astrologist, what's that? Even Shelby 66, that's the Group 1 winner now. So yeah, I think up to 1,400 now is going to be even more suitable. So fourth up, he's had 3 runs, fourth up for a win and a third. This is his pet trip, 17 starts, 5 wins, a second and 3 thirds. So I think he's going well. He draws wide, which is no real knock on him. He'll get back, and there looks genuine enough speed for him to run on. And yeah, I just think he sets up pretty well here on the quick backup. He's clearly going great guns.
No doubt our old mate Trent Crebin will be backing Buffalo River first up. He can't help himself with the Buffalo. So I'm sure, Trent, if you're watching, you'll be backing Buffalo River first up this weekend at Sandown. He's a sick man, Trent. If the rain does come, I'm sure the Buffalo will be very popular with punters. Loves the mud. Okay, so that's Billy's best bet at Sandown. Race 8, number 5, Regards Marie. Like I said, $4 currently with moneyball.com.au. Let's shift over to Morphettville. I think that's going to be just about your only bet on the card at Sandown, and I don't blame you. It's a pretty uninspiring weekend of racing, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be slim pickings at Sandown, but I'll get stuck into it well and truly tonight and tomorrow, and we can hopefully find a couple more.
All right, over at Morphettville, I had a look at the card this afternoon, and my best is going to come up in race number 4. This is a horse trained by Mick Price and Mick Kent Jr. As I get the right race up, not race 2. Race 4, number 2. Horse's name is Elation. It's a son of So You Think. It's a 3-year-old colt. He's had just the one start, which was at Pakenham on debut. He started $1.30 there. I'll try and pull this up while I'm talking. This was him. The quality is a little bit ordinary, but you can see him peeling out 3 and 4 wide in the black colours with the white cap here. Mark Zara sitting as quiet as a church mouse and just goes straight past him. Like I said, he was back from about $1.45 into $1.30 this night and served this up on debut, 4.5 length victory. He now comes to the Nitschke Stakes in Adelaide, so a pretty fair step up in class, going from what would have been a Thursday or Friday night at Pakenham up to a listed race on a Saturday at Morphettville. But I just love the way he did that at Pakenham. Mark Zara follows him across, of course. He takes a ride once again here. He's drawn barrier 1, so he's probably going to need a little bit of luck at some point. There was only a relatively small field on that occasion, whereas this is a field of 13. So I'm sure at some point he'll need some luck, but if it does come and he can push off the rail, I think this boy will be making it 2 out of 2. And I think the $2.70 is a relatively good price at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised to see them really come for him. So that's my best at Morphettville on Saturday. Race 4, number 2, Elation, currently $2.70 with Moneyball. Billy, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, that was the win of a pretty good horse there on debut. I think you might have had a jump out with Ayrton in the lead up to that debut, and he's gone just as good as Ayrton. We saw what Ayrton did first up from a big setback a couple of weeks back. So he's clearly got some ability, and I'm pretty excited to see him on Saturday. I think, like you said, 270 looks a decent enough price.
They were raving about him going into that first up run,
Yeah.
And like I said, it takes quite a significant amount of money to go from $1.45 into $1.30. And they were pretty spot on. So, yeah, definitely some confidence after Ayrton came out and won first up the other day. But anyway, let's get into the Group 1 on the card. This is race 7. It's over 2,000 metres, the Australasian Oaks for the 3-year-old fillies. A little bit of WA flavour here with the Oaks winner from WA, Lady Chant, making the journey across to Adelaide for Brock Luthwaite. Have you had much of a look at this race, Billy, before we get stuck right into it?
Yeah, I've had a quick sort of look over it this afternoon. It's a deep race. Like, there's a fair few pretty good chances here on first look. Probably looking to be against the favourite at the moment in my whisper. Like you mentioned, a bit of rain around. I think that horse has now strung 4 straight wins together. They've all been on dry track, so that's got to be some concern. This is a pretty good field, I think. So that's sort of something to look at. But I'll let you take it away to start with, and then we'll get from there.
Yeah, I suppose it's a tough one to assess, but the more I looked at it, actually, the more I kept coming back to my whisper. A lot of these horses have gone to Sydney, and struck the wet tracks up there. They probably come here as somewhat of an afterthought, whereas this filly's whole campaign looks to have been tailored towards arriving here for the Australasian Oaks. She was pretty well dominant. I know she only won by 3/4 of a length in the Auraria Stakes 3 weeks ago, but she did it fairly well, and she did sit 3 wide the trip. So there was a lot of merit to that win. She now draws barrier 3. Jamie Carr takes over. There's no doubt she'll run 2,000 metres, given her effort over 1,800 last start. And everything they've thrown at her thus far, she's handled with flying colours. So I just kept coming back to her. I do take your point about the wet track, though. That's the biggest query for me. But she's a Frankel filly. I'm pretty confident that she'd be able to handle any cut in the ground if that rain did arrive. And like I said, she just has ticked every box and finds a natural path up to 2,000 metres now, whereas plenty of these have been, over 2,400 or heavy tracks up in Sydney, and now coming back to the 2,000 metres. Even Lady Chant, the WA Oaks winner, comes back from 2,400 to 2,000. So, yeah, it is a deep race, but that was the way I kind of thought it would play out. Some other chances around the favourite. Yeah, go on.
I was going to say, we're touching on my whisper. I thought Bonza Pearl has probably got to be a chance coming off that run behind her last start. Gets a little weight swing, obviously, now as well, which is going to suit. Been a bit of money for her as well in the early markets, and I think she's sort of ready to peak out to 2,000. So it was probably her, and good old Barb Raider was the other one that I didn't mind. She's obviously sort of going to get out to 2,000, but she's already got out to 2,000 before. She's proven there, and I think she's probably going to run a race up near the speed. I don't know if there looks that much speed on paper, so I'm sure Willow will rate her pretty well up front.
Yeah, I've got my whisper settling handy. I've got Barb Raider going forward from 14, and the other one I thought could press on was, if I get all the way down to it, probably Ancient Girl. Yeah, from barrier 1, you'd expect them to make use of that gate, but yeah, outside that, I don't see a lot. I think Barb Raider probably gets across quite comfortably, and I take your point about Bonza Perla, and if you're including Bonza Perla, you've probably got to include Daisies as well, who of course beat her by half a length in the Alexandra Stakes at Moonee Valley 2 starts ago. Daisy started $1.85 in the Port Adelaide Guineas last start. I think it's less of a disappointing.
Yeah, a bit flat.
Didn't come on as expected, probably. The winner went straight past it. So, and the winner does line up in a different race on the card.
Suited back to the fillies, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, it's interesting looking at the history of this race. You don't see many coming out of that Guineas and winning the Oaks, which would be my concern. And where she gets to from 17 is the other thing.
Yeah.
But she's certainly a chance. Mac and Cheese. I think Trent's got a small tail hair in Mac and Cheese as well.
Yeah, I think he does from memory.
Yeah, part of the My Racehorse program. So she started $2.60 in that Auraria. She started favourite over My Whisper, I think. So you'd have to respect that SP, and she ran home strongly. You know, beaten about 2 lengths on the line, and prior to that, in the Claire Lindop Stakes, she was dominant. So again, barrier 18. I don't know where she gets from, where she gets to, but you'd think they'd be going back, and they do whack the blinkers on her first time. So she's another at double figure odds that definitely has claims. I thought this Japanese bred filly, Glint of Hope, I thought she really needed to be included. She ran a nose second to My Whisper, you might remember, at Sandown a couple of starts ago at the end of March. Basically went toe-to-toe with her down the straight, and they pulled 4 3/4 lengths clear of the third horse. She then went to the Vobis 3-year-old race last start at Caulfield. She finished third, beaten 0.4 lengths behind Son of Emperor, who's flying for the new camp. Back to 3-year-old fillies here. Draws well, barrier 2. She's definitely one at double figure odds I'd be including. And the last one I made a note on was right down the bottom, if she gets a run, and that's number 17, Bundle of Fun for Patrick Payne, Johnny Allen, a notable jockey booking, I think. She comes out of that same race behind Son of Emperor and Glint of Hope. She was beaten 0.8 lengths. And she probably should have finished closer. She was held up to about the 200-metre mark, and prior to that was the Tasmanian Oaks winner over 2100. So second run back from that 7-week let up. If she does get a run from a great draw in barrier 6, Johnny Allen on, I'd really strongly be recommending you include her in your numbers. Any other thoughts?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I've tipped Glint of Hope every run this prep, so I don't know.
So you'd have to be going again.
Wrong, wouldn't I?
You'd have to be going again with, I think there's $11 available.
Yeah.
Market up. Yeah, $11 with Moneyball.
But yeah, it's a deep race. It's a good race, and I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays out.
Betting point of view, if you had to pick a couple to tip our viewers into, for me, it'd be My Whisper on top. I think she definitely deserves favoritism. And like I said, I really like the fact that her whole preparation looks to have been tailored towards this sort of race. I'd be backing her. I'd be having something probably on Glint of Hope. And like I said, Bundle of Fun if she gets a run. I think she's still the first emergency. I'd be backing her as well. So a couple there at longer odds for the viewers. And yourself?
Yeah, I think like I mentioned, I'll probably look to play around My Whisper, but there's no knock on her. Obviously, you mentioned all that. I'll probably have something on Barbrada, Bonza Perla, and even Glint of Hope if you want to have something small for a return. It's probably how I'll be playing the race.
And if you do like one, that's the good thing about this race is if you do like one, I don't think anyone's going to, tip you out of it, and you're going to get a price whatever you like. When you've got a $4.80 favourite, there's plenty of value to be had, I think. So, yeah, juicy race.
There's really not many you can put a line through. Even like Ducia, who's a proper swimmer, if the rain really comes, then she's got to come into it, I think. So we'll see how that goes.
Yep. Definitely, and did pull up lame last start, Ducia. So, yeah, plenty of angles to be found. Like you said, 2 out of 2 on the heavy ground. So we'll be keeping a close eye on the track conditions at Morphettville. All right, other than that, you'll be previewing Sandown, Billy. I'm undecided at this rate, whether I preview the whole Morphettville card or go to Hawkesbury. I can't really get excited about Hawkesbury.
Queensland as well.
Here we go. The man himself is tuning in. Trent Krebin says, "Hey boys, Mac and Cheese and Fortunate Kiss I thought would run well also."
Yep.
That's the owner's push. Trent's tail hair has given us a strong push into Mac and Cheese. And Fortunate Kiss currently $23. So thanks, Trent, for getting in touch. Hope Hope you're well and best of luck in the Group 1 this weekend. All right. Any other thoughts, Billy, before we sign off for this week?
No, I think we covered it off pretty well. Hopefully we haven't confused people more than we've helped them. But
probably have.
That's the sort of race it is. So hopefully we found a few winners and good luck.
Beautiful. If you want our race-by-race previews for the weekend, you can head to racingbet.com.au. We've taken the login off the website, so you're no longer required to log in. You can just access everything as soon as you pop up on the website. So hopefully that makes it a little bit easier for many people trying to access the pages. Billy, you've got a couple for Pakenham tonight. Have they run yet? Are they still to run?
No, they haven't run yet. So we've got, obviously I'll cover those quickly. Pakenham race 5 tonight. Number 1, Marlion's Dream resumes here. It's a Pakenham 1200 meter specialist. So it's had a good jump out as well. So it had one start last prep and it was a bit flat. They put him away straight away. Had a bit of time off. Jump out recently was good. And I think, 1200 Pakenham is really his go. Got a bit of handy one there in Shines who looks progressive, but $6 on offer. Has something small on him. And then I've gone to the next race 6 at Pakenham. Number 7, Villa Den for Waller. 1300 metres is a bit short of his best first start, but it was a good run. Out to the mile now is definitely more his go. Preble's going to give him a good run from barrier 2, and I think he's still got a bit of upside. And that's $3.30 or 40 you can get at the moment.
There's been a very good go for Maui in that same race, trained by Philip Stokes at Pakenham. When the money's on Philip Stokes runners at Pakenham, look out.
Cannot catch that horse, but it's been smashed.
Anyway, hopefully we'll get a couple of winners tonight before we get into tomorrow's racing. If you want some extra selections throughout the week, make sure you jump on racingbet.com.au, head to the premium ticket section. You can check out our premium Discord group where you privy to extra info, extra selections, any bets that we have that we don't put up on the website. So if you're interested, you can find all the information about that one on the website. Thanks to moneyball.com.au once again for their support of this week's show and many winners over the weekend. Billy, best of luck and we'll chat next week.
Yep.
Actually, you'll be on holiday next week, so we'll chat whenever you're back.
Yep. Sounds good.